All right, welcome back, everybody. Zack Cockfield with NewtoMedia. I'm excited to have a realtor from St. Louis, Missouri with us today. This is Camille Luna. Camille is another Epic Realty realtor, and I met Camille just in the last few months as I've been networking with a number of different Epic realtors. I'm so excited to have you with us today. How are you doing, Camille?
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've had, I know, one other show or just a couple, one who is in Springfield, but we have not had a realtor from St. Louis. So this is going to be great for the audience. I'm excited to help everyone learn a little bit more, and I'm learning myself because I haven't spent much time in St. Louis. I knew it was a big baseball town, and I knew that there were a few other things just from learning and passing about your fantastic city. But I'm looking forward to learning more about it through you. Camille, have you been, well, first of all, let me ask you, what brought you into real estate?
So I've been in real estate since 2011,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, I got into real estate because I was going through a divorce, and
Mm,
my background was in marketing, communications, with an emphasis in graphic design, which I still use all the time.
right.
But when I was going through the divorce, that first of all, I was a stay-at-home mom for so long, so all of my skills that I had used in graphic design were way outdated,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be able to support myself on that kind of career. So a friend said, "Why don't you get into real estate?" And so it was kind of like a whim, and I'm so glad I did it. It's been a great career.
Fantastic. Yeah. And it's, um, I'm a financial planner by trade, and I pay a lot of attention to which industries are doing well, and what industries are great industries to accumulate wealth in. And um, almost all the truly wealthy people that I've paid any attention to were definitely real estate investors. I mean, they may have other businesses that they're spending time on, and they very often are stock market investors. That's the area of wealth creation that I'm most familiar with. But the truly wealthy people are always putting a portion of what they're doing in real estate, if not making their money in real estate. So that's it's definitely a great industry.
Yeah,
Um,
and I work with a lot of investors, so I get to see what they're doing, and
uh-huh.
that's super interesting to me. I love that whole part of real estate, and it's a hard asset. It's different from stock, so
Hmm.
it's it's something that is not going up and down. Well, except for 2008. But I don't think that's gonna happen again. But yeah, it's a great place to, like, take when you're in the high in the stock and take
Hmm.
that put it in a hard asset.
Yeah, it's um, real estate is fascinating for a number of reasons. One, the fact that you can leverage up the opportunity. When you're getting a mortgage, you're using leverage. You're investing in an asset, but you're using other people's money to buy it, which is leverage. And that's um, with houses. One of the great thing about the leverage that you're taking, if you're taking out a loan, is that it's usually a pretty low rate. It's usually something that's fixed. Also, some other areas of investing, you may be using loans or some other type of leverage, but the lending in many of those other environments is very volatile. The lending, the rate on the investment may change frequently. If someone is, for instance, investing in stocks and they're using margin, that rate changes all the time. It's floating, and so you can have trouble if your cost of capital goes up quite a bit. And with real estate, usually that rate is locked in, which is fantastic, and allows you to make really good decisions,
Mhm.
or gives you a better chance of making good decisions. I think the fact that um, real estate also gives you the ability to um, make cash flow in a number of different ways is a big deal. I mean, whether it's having renters in a property, or possibly taking equity from a property that you've invested in. There are tax benefits with real estate investing. There are a number of different ways to make it a good investment. But
Mhm.
you're right. It's
And I've
interesting. Go ahead.
flipped a couple of properties too, the flipping, and I think the flipping is because rentals are a slow grow. You do have to hold them for a while, and it's total leverage because someone else is paying it. You're borrowing,
Yeah.
someone else is paying the mortgage down, but it's a slow grow. But
Hmm.
flipping to me is super interesting too because just watching the neighborhoods improve and then the
Hmm.
creativity in it, since I do have a lot of creativeness in my
Hmm.
personality. Um,
Right.
and it's a great moneymaker. Now there's more and more people getting into it, so it's been harder. But between like 2008 and until just recently, it was like such a great moneymaker. It's getting a lot harder because
Yeah.
tons of people are doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's um, I almost wonder if it's easier to make money when um, rates are low, and it's easy to get the financing part right, or if it's I guess very experienced investors will also do well in the markets where interest rates are higher because there aren't as many people going after the deals. So I guess there's positives and negatives with
Yeah,
both, maybe.
I don't think the interest rate matters as much with flipping. It matters more if
Hmm.
you can get the spread. So
Hmm.
when you purchase that property, if you can get the property at the right price,
Yeah.
where it's all about the numbers because the interest rate's
Hmm.
not going to matter. You're only going to hold it for 3 to 6
Exactly.
months.
That's a very good
So
point.
it's all about what are you purchasing that property for? If the spread is big,
Yeah.
the numbers work, and the spread is getting smaller because
Mm.
it's just supply and demand, supply and demand. So
Yeah.
there's the supply's gone down, the demand's gone up.
Yep. No, you're right. That's a good point. Um, okay, well let's talk a little bit more about you, and um, I know that you've told us you got into the industry in 2011. You're a successful realtor. What are you doing when you're not doing real estate?
So, and I knew you were going to ask me that question. I'm like, what do I do? And I don't
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I feel like I work a lot. I do work a lot.
Right.
And then if I'm not working, I like to go to the gym. I like to run. I
Yeah.
like outdoor activities, hiking. I mean, I have 3 kids, so anytime I can be with my kids,
Right.
um, and I like to travel. So, but honestly, I hate to say it, but I work. I work a lot. If there's,
Hmm.
I make that a priority. My kids are the number one, and then work right there, and then I'm big into the health fitness.
Hmm.
Um, so so yeah, that question was like, gosh, what do I don't have any like I don't play the guitar or
Yeah.
have any hobbies or so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a few different hobbies that I want to be working on. I have a guitar in the background in the studio here. I don't know if it's well, it's is it there? Yeah, there it is. So
Oh
I've
yes.
got I've got guitars, and I've got golf clubs, and a few other things that I talk about doing for fun, but I haven't really done it much lately for a little while. So just
Eventually,
because,
yeah,
yeah,
eventually I'd love to learn how to play either guitar or piano. Yeah, take up something, but the second I get any kind of I don't know, real estate to me is exciting, so I'm
yeah,
doing it a lot.
that's super cool. I mean, what do they say? Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life, something like that.
Yep.
Okay, very good. All right. Well, let's transition maybe, and we'll come back to some images in a little bit, but let's talk a little bit about St. Louis, um, because again, some of the people that are watching are not very familiar with the area. How would you describe St. Louis as compared to some other, mid-sized to large cities?
Yeah, so I think St. Louis is an amazing city because it's very manageable as compared to, say, so I have a daughter that lives in Dallas, and
Hmm.
Dallas to me just feels so big and overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's super exciting and fun, but getting anywhere, and my parents lived in LA for a while. Going anywhere is a disaster because the
Oh,
traffic.
yeah.
So here, it's easy to get anywhere. It's very
That's
manageable.
great.
It's 5 minutes to any store. If you grow in LA and Dallas, it's everything is harder to get to. It's bigger,
Hmm.
busier. So it's almost like a feel of a small town with all the city amenities, because you
Yeah.
do have art and culture and all the shopping, and not at the traffic and the prices of the bigger cities.
Yeah. And on prices, that's a good segue. If someone is looking, and we're going to put, by the way, if someone is interested in seeing listings that Camille is working with, or just learning about her practice, we're going to give you the opportunity to go to her page. You can scan the QR code in the corner of the screen, or there will be a link below that you can click on to go straight to Camille's page. But let's talk about prices a little bit with the real estate. How would you say they compare, and maybe
Yes, compared.
without getting into a specific listing too much, just talking about average cost for
Yeah,
3 bedroom, 2 bath, etc.
yeah. So average costs here compared to bigger city, average cost here is like 3 to 400,000. So everything's very
That's cheap
affordable.
compared to a lot of places.
Yes, yes. And the number of homes over the $1 million mark is low compared
Hmm.
to, say, LA or Dallas,
Hmm.
New York. So it's still super affordable. Um, yeah. And I have noticed though that, the number of homes under 200,000
Hmm.
has gotten very slim. It used to be
Right.
there was a really good market for those, like first-time home buyers. So first-time home buyers, yeah, it's getting a little harder to get
Sure.
into.
Yeah, the like you said earlier, a lot of people have, picked up on the investing game, and over the last few years, I knew a lot of private equity funds have also, started scooping up a lot of those lower priced properties because they're doing the flipping, or they're doing long term renting as
Mhm,
a long term cash flow
mhm.
play. Do you know if that's happening in St. Louis much, or?
And I hear about it all the time, but I haven't noticed it. I don't.
Hmm.
I've noticed more just regular everyday investors.
Yep. Okay. No,
Yeah,
that's good. It's good to know.
yeah.
Um, how would you? I mean, as a sports fan, I think I mentioned earlier. I know St. Louis is a place that's known for the baseball team. My brother's a big Cubs fan, so he always talks about how the Cardinals Cubs is a great rivalry. Um, I mean, St. Louis has an NFL team. What we'll get to pictures again in just a moment. But what would you say are some of the other just amenities, or natural things that people need to experience when they're in St. Louis?
So talking about sports, I'm not a sports
Mhm.
person, but
Okay, that's fine.
everybody loves sports here. So it's
Uh,
Cardinals, Blues, and then now they have the soccer team. The
yeah,
It's called the MLS, which actually I do like soccer, but so those, I mean, that's just everyone loves
sure.
it. So
Yeah.
I'll join the fun, but I'm not too much in sports. But for me, what I love the most about St. Louis and when I have visitors here,
Hmm.
I think that the art and culture and music here is just
Okay.
incredible. The architecture here, so everything was built in the early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s. So
Hmm.
it has all that Victorian style homes, and then
Hmm.
go into the city, like the courthouse building and all the buildings that are down in the city. They're incredible. The architecture is,
Hmm.
they're just awe inspiring because they're just
Yeah.
big, huge stone. I mean, they're incredible. I can't even describe them how they
Oh
look.
yeah.
To
Well
me,
built.
oh, I mean,
Yeah.
and like the art museum, the history museum. So I like all the art and culture and architecture.
Hmm.
And Forest Park is amazing. I mean, Forest Park has like the art and history museum. Then
Okay.
they
Now it's Forest Park. So that's Forest Park is a like a part of the downtown area or to,
it's a little bit to the east of downtown. So you have
okay.
downtown where the arch is,
Hmm.
and um, and there's people that live downtown. They have a lot of loft type living.
Hmm.
And then if you go into Midtown is where the MLS stadium is, and that
Okay.
SLU is there. So there are a lot of students, and then there are a lot of
Hmm.
students around Forest Park because you also have Wash U on the other side of the park. So after
Hmm.
Midtown, you have Central West End, which the hospitals, Wash U Hospital there, Barnes Jewish, and then
Hmm.
that little area of St. Louis also has some really great restaurants and shopping, and you still have
Hmm.
all the historical buildings. So I love to sell houses in those areas, and most agents
Right.
don't because the repairs are like off the charts
Oh
because
yeah.
they're old. They're really
Right.
old, but we always get it done. We figure it out. So, I mean, I know, I know all kinds of things about repairing old homes and construction
Hmm.
just from going through all those processes. But so then you have the park, which the park is like such a nice feature of St. Louis.
Yeah.
I can't even like. There's so much going on in there, and there's a little place in there called the Boathouse, which is a
Hmm.
restaurant. They have a little dog park and
Hmm.
paddle boats, and it's just nice to go during the day and sit outside,
Oh
and
yeah.
you can walk
I bet
around.
especially this time of year.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's awesome. Yeah. So, and then the park's all lined with all those historical homes. And then back in the day, on the north side of the park were the very big, huge mansions, I guess you would call them. And it's just
Hmm.
really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And even Wash U, the way it was built, is it's gorgeous. So for me, it's the architecture. It has a little vibe of New Orleans
Okay.
because there's a lot of French.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it was funded by a French guy, and I don't remember his name, but like we have the Fleur de Lis and all the streets
Hmm.
that have French
Yeah.
names in the like Shoto, and they have like and same with New Orleans. And so and here they like to celebrate like Mardi Gras,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
so it reminds me of New Orleans in some ways, and just the way also the oh, how can I describe it? Like the cultural vibe is very New Orleans like, but a light version. It has its own.
That's oh, that's very cool. That's very
Yeah.
cool. You were talking about how there's the fleur de lis and a lot of the French influence on the architecture. For us in Atlanta, it's peach something on all the streets. So,
Yeah. You don't have
yeah,
anything peach here.
yeah, it's a lot of peach tree this, peach tree that. It's people have been overwhelmed by that when they visit, but um, no, Atlanta's great too. But anyway, super cool. All right, well. Um, we're going to get into some images in just a moment, so that we can show off some of the local amenities. But I'll also ask with getting into St. Louis, and if somebody was preparing for a move to the area, obviously we want them to call you. But if they are maybe a young family that's thinking about doing something and trying to get in there before the fall, are there specific areas that you would want to highlight or for maybe a young family?
Yes, so it would depend on where they were working.
Hmm.
And of course, with families, they always want to know the school districts. So
Hmm.
I know all the schools, and I'm not really allowed to, you know,
Okay. Right.
say which schools are better. So there, you have to look
Yeah.
online for that. But typically, like if someone works at the hospitals and universities,
Hmm.
um, there's the thing about St. Louis, and it's probably with other cities too, is little pockets of neighborhoods that do have their own personality and vibe. And
Hmm.
so when you're working on, when you're working in this market, you know the vibe of each little pocket.
Right.
So when I get to know family coming in, I can tell like what they're looking for by, if they're going to be working at WashU, then I would probably look
Hmm.
in the Clayton area because it's right there, or
Yep.
University City, and they all have their own little personality. So
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I know you mentioned traffic earlier. Atlanta is also one of those places where the traffic is absolutely brutal. So you have to really think about how much time you want to spend in the car if you're thinking about
right,
moving to Atlanta, or at least if you're going to be working in the downtown area. If you are way out in the burbs, like many of us, and you're working from an office that's close to your your burb or your bubble that you stay in, then it's not too big a deal. But it sounds like with St. Louis, there's the opportunity to live out in the burbs and even commute into town
there's
because
some
the traffic's more manageable,
the
right?
traffic's more manageable, but there definitely is traffic. And what's kind of
Hmm.
crazy about St. Louis is that the traffic going into the city,
Hmm.
I think it's more manageable than out. There's a little section out in the suburbs
Hmm.
that near like O'Fallon and Wentzville out there.
Hmm.
The traffic gets crazy, and I'm like, where are these people going? Because it seems like they're working in that area, and the traffic's really bad out there. So
Hmm.
I don't know what that is all about, but the city's more manageable than that, I think
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right.
And with people working remote part of the week or a lot of the week, the suburbs
Yeah.
is fine. The thing is, for me, I don't know, people love the suburbs. I just love all the eclectic and the art and the music of the city. So that's where I mostly do my business.
Yeah.
And move out there, of course, you have all your new construction
Yeah.
and the very solid businesses that have been around, the chain businesses that have been around. But,
Absolutely.
I like the more eclectic and unique.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unique is we love that. I'm going to do a quick screen share so that we can share a couple of these really cool images that you gave us. And I'm also going to try to share your page really quick. This is again for anyone who is thinking about moving inside the St. Louis Metro, or they're thinking about uh, even moving from another part of the country. We want to make sure that we are pushing you toward Camille's page. You can get there by clicking on the QR code in the top right of your screen. Hopefully you're seeing the screen that I'm sharing of your page. And then another thing that we want to highlight is a couple of these other images that you had shared so that we can isolate them. I'm going to show a couple of these really cool images that Camille had given us. This is obviously the famous
That's
arch.
arch, yeah.
And that's a great shot. I love the lighting on that one. This I was not familiar with.
And so
Tell
that's
me.
Union Station. So that's the old train station. They
Oh,
converted it to a hotel. It is the most gorgeous place you've ever seen. And behind it, they've added shops.
uh-huh,
And there's actually an aquarium there now, and they have
uh-huh.
a Ferris wheel, so you can go just to shop and take the kids to be entertained. But this little hotel is beautiful, and
It is.
there's a cool feature in it that I love. If you take
Uh-huh.
your kids, when you walk in the front door, there's an arch, and it's some kind of engineering design where you can put
Mm-hmm.
your child on one wall and go all the
Mm-hmm.
way. It's like 20 feet away on the other wall. And if you
Mm-hmm.
talk to the wall, it goes up the stone and comes down. They can hear like 20 feet away. If you're just whispering on the wall, it's like an engineering type.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
very
it's
cool. But it's
an audio marvel.
yeah, and it was
Very
built in
cool.
the early 1900s, so it's very interesting.
Very cool. All right, I'm going to move on to the part I always have to know about is the
Restaurant,
food.
yeah.
Where in the heck is this?
So that, oh gosh, where is that? I put that on there.
It looks like it's some
I think,
sushi and you've got some
yeah,
restaurants and
it's either Sato, which is a Japanese restaurant on the hill, or it could be
mhm.
a car, which they have some really neat dishes. There's so many good restaurants in St. Louis, though I can't even name them all.
Uh-huh.
That's it's like I was saying, like New Orleans, their food here is the best. And I actually wrote them down. I
Whoops.
won't name them all, but that looks like it's either Sato or Carr. I'm just not sure. I pulled it off my Facebook and I don't remember now.
Okay. Well, that's all right. You're going to have to just go to Camille's page so that she can give you the scoop on the great places to eat. All right, we're gonna transition. This, I know I had mentioned before, is we definitely know about going to the ballpark. This is Busch Stadium, and that is something I will be going to see.
Yeah, and one thing you can do at Busch Stadium, if you go into the Hilton Hotel, go to the very top, there's a bar up there, a restaurant called 360, and you can actually watch the game. It overlooks the stadium. So
that is too cool.
They have an outdoor patio. It's the best.
Oh, is that one of these tall buildings in the background?
Well, so that was probably taken from 360 is my guess.
Oh,
but it's fine that pictures played. So yeah, I'm not sure where that was taken, but the building, you look right into the stadium like that, and you can watch the game without going into the stadium.
Very cool. You had mentioned the architecture before. This is obviously very classic architecture on this Catholic church.
Catholic Church, the cathedral, very famous. And if you go in, it's just worth going in just to look at it, because I don't remember how many pounds, but it's mosaics with, I'm just going to make up a random number, 50,000 pounds, I don't know, of gold. So it's all this mosaics in gold. Whoops. And you can spend hours in there looking at it.
Whoops, somehow got us in the wrong spot. I'm sorry. All right, let's go back to goes to the right spot, Zach. Whoops. Sorry, hang on just a second. I got us in the wrong place. I'm going to stop sharing so I can correct my error here. And let's try that again. That's one good thing about recording these is we can go back and edit out an error.
Desktop there.
Let's see here. Google Drive, and let's go to, which one is it? Okay, that's Google Drive also. Let's do that. Okay, and we should be in the right spot now.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Okay, Busch Stadium, and now Cathedral, and now here we go. Well, that's a great professional shot. All right, here's a great picture from the office, and I'll shift on to this, another architecture picture.
That's downtown, down in the city, and so that's loft living. And the lofts are very industrial looking, so they're always open floor plans with where you have the ceilings that are open. You can see all the work, and they're really not. There's some beautiful ones down there, but yeah, it's the high rises. The Busch Stadium's down there, but that's right in the city.
Yeah, that's so cool. I know it seems like in a number of cities they're doing a good job of bringing, in particular, the young people back into the city. You know, they're restoring a lot of buildings that might have even been office before and no longer need to be office because of Zoom. And they're converting them to residential. Are you seeing that in St. Louis?
Absolutely. They're converting all kinds of buildings into apartments and condos. Yeah. It's amazing. They're converting churches. They're converting, any kind of
converting churches. Really? Wow.
Churches and anything like resident. Because we are low on inventory. So apartments, apartment buildings are going up like crazy.
Oh yeah.
So that's a good business to get into right now, because they're just going up all over the place.
All right. Well, if you want to get into maybe a larger project, if you want to make a big commercial investment, I'm sure Camille can help get you connected to one of her colleagues that's working on the commercial side. This is a beautiful shot.
Yeah, so every year, Forest Park, they do a balloon blow, and you actually go on the ground there, and the balloons you can be right next to the balloons. It's a big festival. They have it every year. It's super cool. But that's in Forest Park.
That is fantastic. That's a beautiful shot. So that folks will definitely have to. What time of year did you say that is?
So we just had it. So I want to say, when did we have that? I want to say it's fall time, maybe. I don't remember
Hmm.
exactly when it is, but they have it every year. And it's
Okay.
really awesome.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, more food
More food.
and desserts. Do you remember where this one is?
I don't. I don't
Okay.
remember. I
That's
have
all
a
right.
list of restaurants that I could recommend if you want, but
Well, no,
that's
that's okay. They're just going to have to go to your page and reach out to you, and then you can connect them. We've all set this up. She really remembers. She just doesn't want to say it because, no, I'm just kidding. No, reach out to Camille, and she'll meet you to talk about business at this restaurant. Okay, let's see. And there's another fantastic professional shot. Okay, well, Camille, this is great. I really appreciate you taking the time to help us learn a little bit more about St. Louis. We are going to push viewers to your page so that they can get more information. And we will also be putting Camille's listings on her page, and those will be obviously changing over time. But I want to thank you for taking the time to tell us more about St. Louis. I hope you'll be back on the show very soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, everyone, tune in and check out Camille's page. It'll, of course, be at NewtoMedia. And this episode will also be up on the City Guide channel very soon. Talk to you later.